Hi, it's Malcolm here and welcome to another Greyhound Card Software update. So this is a video I've actually put into the members area, but I thought I'd do one on the general YouTube just so people that don't have the cards can have a look at some of the things that we're doing with the cards. Now this method we call the RS top 3, or the lowest of the RS top 3, and it's a lay method. So obviously there are dangers with lay methods because your liability is more than your stake, so you're kind of acting like a bookie really. So if you take on a bet that has a price of 4 and you put £1 on, then you could lose 3. I know that sounds silly, but Betfair take 1 point off their prices, but so this price here of 4.3, you actually lose 3.3. That's just the way decimal prices work. The idea is that you're only going to be on the top 3. Now this sorts the prices by the BSPs, so generally around these prices a few seconds before the off. Now I used a Betfair live feed that's pretty close to the off, and I've got software that tells me the exact seconds to the off, and Greyhound races often go off on time, so I always make sure I have my bet about 15 seconds before the off, or 10 seconds, something like that, as long as I can see on Betfair that they are parading and I know that the race isn't delayed for any other reason, because sometimes the live feed doesn't come live until about 30 seconds before the off, so you got to keep refreshing the page until it does. Okay, so the idea is that we've got this RS column here, and this is actually just made up the ratings and scores added together. So 2 and 3 make 5, 5 and 6 make 11, 0 and 4 make 4. The ratings is based on around 6 pieces of information from the runners past, and I score them based on how well they've done in those other races. And the score is slightly different. It uses, what I've done is looked at percentages of winners and stuff like that, and then I've turned it into a score. So you've got these kind of 2 ways of looking at their past history, and so added together we get this RS column. Okay, so what we're looking for is we're looking at the top 3 because we're trying to keep our prices within reason, and we're going for the lowest number of the top 3. Now I'm going to add a little bit to that because originally I would go as high as 6, but now I hardly ever go over 5. So I am going to take it that 5.1 was too high, even though I could win on that one. Sometimes I've missed losing as well. So what I'm really looking for is liability in the 4s, to be honest with you, or under if I can get it. But generally you'll find that most of the time you're going to be on the second favourite, because we never take favourites either. So if the favourite is the lowest, we still don't take it. Now you can do that, but it takes a lot more kind of recovery staking and that kind of idea to do it. It does work though, but I just don't do it. I prefer just using this idea of taking the lowest of the top 3 as long as it's within my price range. So 11 is the highest, 5 is the second lowest, and 4 is the actual lowest. So this would have been our selection. 5.1, as I said, is actually over. Maybe before the race that might have been 4.9, and BSP just turned that into 5.1, but at the same time it could have easily been 5.5 and BSP turned it into 5.1. So I'm going to kind of just leave these out, and we'll see how we go. So we wouldn't have been on that race. So we go to the next race. Now again we've got 7, 7 and 3. This is our selection, and again we're not on it, so we wouldn't be on that race. It does mean that the way we do this, that you don't get a huge amount of runners every day, but you do get quite a few. Sometimes it goes on a roll where suddenly they all appear, and like at the moment none of them appear. So you will notice that that's the lowest and it actually lost, but that's not true of favourites. You've got to be careful. So we're at our first one, 10, 6 and 3. So this is our selection, 3.95. That's perfect. So that would be down as a winner for us. Now the point I like to make to people is that you could just make 1 point and get out of Greyhounds. You made your 1 point, get out and go and do something else, or you can carry on. These these tips do have long winning runs, but at the same time they do have losers. So it's a matter of balancing. If you know how to use recovery staking and things like that, then it may suit you to go on. But a lot of people just want to get the 1 point and then get out again, and that's their 1 point for the day, which is pretty good for anybody. So anyway, let's go to the next race. We'll try and do the whole card for today. It might take a little while. 12, 10, 7, so we wouldn't have been on that one because the price is too high. 9, 7 and 9, so we would have been on that one, so it's another winner. 3.86, so nice price as well, wasn't too much liability. The last thing is we only use 6 runner races. Now it does actually work with 5 or less runners, as you can see there. But I tend to stick to 6 runner races. Again, it's one of those things, if you want to play around with, you can. But I always stick to 6 runner races only. And they're the 6 runners that appear on our card. So 6, 4, 6, so too high, 5.43, but you see we would have won again. 3, 9, 3, so we wouldn't have been on any of those. 10, 10, 3, that's too high again, but you can see that it did lose. 11, 5, 4, 4, so that's the favourite at 2.06, and that actually won that race. So 4, 4, neither one, but both. They've got to be the lowest number. They can't be joint lowest number. So there's another 1, 4, 3.7, so that's another win for us. So we're 3 points up so far. Yeah, we wouldn't have been on that race because 5 runners. 6, that's too high. And see, this is one of the reasons why I don't go for it. It actually is achievable at these higher prices. I just don't like taking them on. I've decided that I just prefer to stick with lower figures. So here you go, 10, 9 and 3, 4.1, so we go for that. That's another win. That's 4 points win so far. 1 minute. 1 minute. All threes. Sorry about the race card in the background. So 5, 4, 4, we wouldn't have been on any of those. 9, 10, 6, 6.4. See, again, that actually lost. So but there were winners in between it, so you can kind of look at that how you want to, but that's why I stopped going for these slightly higher numbers. So this is an argument one. I might have been on that, I might not have. I mean, at 5.1, so you could argue, if you wanted to, that could be a loser. So I don't mind putting down the odd loser. We get them. It's not unusual to get them. So we'd have lost 4 points obviously on that, which is one of the reasons why I say just don't get too much, go in too much if you don't have to. Get in and out, get a few points, and there we are back into winning ways. 3.6, but we've got 4 points to make up now, so that's one of them. Let's go to the next race. So here we go again, 4, so that's 2 points made up. That's too high, and again that actually lost. Wasn't a particularly good day for the higher price ones on this day, that was for sure. 3, 5, 10, nope. 4, that's the favourite. Favourite again. So again, that's 5 runners, and you can see we would have won on that, but 6, 9, 6, nope. So we've got 2, nope. So we've got 6, 4.29, so that's the third one, and that's within our price range. So that's 3 of those points back. So okay, to the next one. 5, 11, 9, no. And you'll be looking at the favourite saying, we could have taken that favourite. Yes, we could have, but it just takes a little bit more staking with favourites to make a profit. If you're into that kind of thing, then knock yourself out. It might be something that you want to do. 6.2, that's too high. 797. 3, yeah, you notice 4.7. So there's our 4 points back. So roughly, I mean, you've got to pay commission on it, but if we take another one, let's see if we can find another one. So again, no. So nope. So we've got another 4.2. So we'd have made that back, and we'd be back to our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So you can see that there are potential things that you can do with this. We got a 3.1, 3.4 winner, so we're up again. So that's 6 points up. 10. I do worry about those 10s, I must admit, but anyway, another win. 7 points up. So 7, 9. Nope. So 3. Now that's another loser at 3.2. So we've got another loser to make up. So, well, if you're going to get me for that 5.1, surely I've got to be able to take that 4.9. So I think that's pretty much fair. So 2, that's 1 point back. I mean, I don't mind. You can work that out yourself whether I'm right or wrong. Really, we shouldn't have been possibly on that 5 and lost that profit, and at the same time, we could not have been on that 4. So it's always arguable with these kind of things. So I want to try and make this as as fair as I can when we're looking at results. The other thing to remember is that sometimes greyhound races go off late and together, and so it's not always as simple as going one after the other. But often these races aren't one after the other anyway. Often you have to wait for a selection over a few races, so that gives you some advantage. So there's another one of those. It's 2 points back. 3. So 2. There's another 3, so that's another point back. So that's 3 points of those back basically. So I think we're almost there. That's a bit high. 5.1 again. Take it or leave it. I'm not going to add it this time. I've done that once. I don't think I need to do that again. So there's the 7. So that would be that loss back plus a little bit, I suppose. So what are we back to? 7 points. See if we can get to the 10. 3, 7, 7, 4. No, that's a 5-runner race. 6, 9, 10. No, 6 was the favourite. 2 again. See, that would have won on that, but we weren't on it. Again, you can look at these how you want to look at them. So we got a 4.4 there, so that's another winner. So 2 3s, nope. 4 there, yep, that's another winner. 3 4 3, no. 4 4, no. That's 4 in a race. That would have been inside, so that's another winner. So what are we up to? 2 4 6 8. We're about 10, aren't we? 2 4 6 8. Yeah, we're at 10 points now. Bit of a hard day's work, admittedly, but not bad if you've got the time to do it. If you just want a point a day, this is a great way of doing it. So there's another winner. So I just wanted to go into the evening a little bit just so we can see. We're at 16:58, 5 o'clock. So 493, that's too high. The evening races are always a little bit funny for me, but I don't know. I don't often do them, if I do them at all, to be honest with you, because I'm a kind of during the day kind of guy. Morning is my most favourite time to be on greyhounds, and just because I have that time. But there's another winner. So if you'd have come in at 5:30, say, or 5:20 or whatever, you'd have got your 1 point there as well. So that's about 11 points up on the day, and I could still dispute one of those losers. But anyway, so there's another one. So I don't think I need to go much further. I'm bound to get another loser, by the way. So if we carry on, we're bound to get another loser. That will just happen. It's just that this is a really pretty good day. I mean, we do get these long losing runs with this method. But I just wanted to show it. But there's another one. We'll leave it there. That's about 12 points. Yeah, it did take all day to do, and you probably wouldn't want to do it all day. But I think the point is you could go in for a couple of hours, make a point or two, and then come out again. If you lose, you have to make that up, obviously. But generally, if you're just careful and watch the race, make sure you're not on the favourite, because sometimes those prices can be very close together, and you might not feel that you might feel that yours is the favorite, and it's just those prices tend to move a little bit, so just be a little bit careful. I tend to, if I think it's going to come out as favorite that close, I tend to stay away from it. I just like it as simple as possible. It's the lowest number, it's not favorite, and it's generally under 5, and that way it seems to work well for me. Okay, thank you for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the channel, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and then you'll know when I release more of these videos, which I'm probably going to do because it's quite an exciting method and I want to show more people about it. Okay, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.